Hello everybody, this is Storyboard Ed, and this video is about Marvel stuff that I've seen recently. So, I'm going to be discussing 3 different ones. The recent Black Widow movie, I got a chance to see it in theaters today, as I'm filming this. Falcon Winter Soldier, I got a chance to see that show. And WandaVision, I got to see that show too. There's several more Marvel projects that are coming out that I'll probably discuss later, like for example Loki, that show coming around and stuff, and also the What If saga that Marvel's doing. Alright, here we go. Let's get into the Black Widow movie. The beginning really kind of shows like the family dynamic around 1995 with the family that Black Widow had. It kind of shows like what her dad and her mom are doing and stuff like that. But then you find out that it was really not as it seemed during the intro and stuff, that things are not what they seem, and maybe the family dynamic isn't what it looks like. You find out it's like been 3 years of pretending to be a family, really. Now we cut to around 2016, and Black Widow is, well, now she's she's grown up at this point, and she is part of the Avengers, stuff like that. And during this time frame where the story takes place, it's the time when the Avengers are on the run, and I think it's post-Civil War, but it's definitely pre-Infinity War, because it ends around when Infinity War's about to start, it seems. And you have like this reconnection with the kind of like the fake family. And the mom and the dad, they knew about the fake family kind of setup. Black Widow and her sister, they didn't really know that it was all fake. They just kind of bought into the family life like that. And they felt betrayed by the mom and the dad, who, when discussing the family element of the story, they are not necessarily like, that's not the real dad and that's not the real mom to both the girls. It seems like they are kind of stand-ins in their own way. Throughout the film, you kind of ask yourself, legit family or a made family? A family circumstance. And it's probably a bit of both. Where it's just kind of like it starts out at the beginning of the film, you see, like, it feels like a regular family. But then that fades out, and then you see them reconnect. And then throughout the film, there's this family dynamic of a Black Widow reconnecting to her family that she once knew, and she, I think by the end, makes them like a real family. So by the end, they're kind of like a family again. It's kind of a weird thing to describe. It was a very interesting story, I gotta say. Throughout this story too, there's a friend who provides Black Widow with supplies that she needs throughout the story. Like if she needs a plane, or if she needs furniture, food, a place to stay kind of thing. This friend helps her out with that, basically. I felt the film was a good swan song kind of thing, where they're kind of saying goodbye to Black Widow's character and stuff like that. And also they give her a good villain to fight too, which is the people that made her Black Widow. the bad guy being the one that trained her or worked with the people that trained her, kind of deal. And I feel like there's resolution at the end of it to her origin story, and to really just like it just kind of came full circle. I think her origin story and her like the goals just kind of it wrapped up pretty good. I thought it was a very well put together story. I thought I'd discuss it while it's still fresh in my head. Next up is Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The first thing I want to mention was Steve Rogers' kind of like legacy is kind of discussed. Like what he really left behind after he, at a very old age, at the end of Endgame, gave his, I'm trying to find the picture here, shield to Falcon. Falcon doesn't want to hold on to the shield because he just doesn't feel like it's right. He doesn't feel like it really belongs to him. In his morals, he thought, well, why not preserve it at a museum? Which, in a way, I think is a good thought, but what ends up happening is that the shield is given to another person who is called the next Captain America, which in my opinion is wannabe Captain America. And he has a sidekick, wannabe friend and colleague. The Winter Soldier comes into the picture because of what's happened. The fact that another Captain America's come in there, and he's got like a grudge with Falcon for not keeping the shield, not embracing the shield. There's a villain in throughout this whole season of Falcon and the Winter Soldier who really is kind of, I think, has good intentions on a level, but the way the villain executes the plan is not good at all. Very, very bad. There's the blonde woman who was kind of like Steve Rogers' love interest in the second Captain America movie that I can remember. Captain America and I believe the Winter Soldier. That was the title of the movie. I remember her being in it, and she was I think Steve Rogers' love interest, and I didn't really see that going really anywhere, but yeah, that was in the movies. But they bring her into this series, and she's, in my opinion, she's just there to assist, if anything. There's an element of therapy to it where, like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they gotta see a therapist. But it's mostly Winter Soldier for most of it that's going to the therapist in the first place. Because he is... Let me find it on here. He has, like, Captain America's notebook. And basically he is making notes of all the people he's wronged and he's trying to fix it. That's kind of the Winter Soldier's thing, is he wants to fix his mistakes. The villain has taken the Super Soldier Serum, and there's other vials of Super Soldier Serum. And in the story, wannabe Captain America takes the serum, and for as part of the story, it really makes him a villain, a really bad villain. And the shield's taken away from him by Falcon. He takes the shield, and Winter Soldier helps him out with doing that. these two make a really good team. Like, you can see the chemistry, you can see the story moves really good with the two characters. Really enjoy it. There's an element of the story where Falcon and his sister are trying to preserve the family boat, fishing boat, for the sake of memories. I think by the end of the story they're able to save it. The villain of the story gets her comeuppance. She is defeated, and you find out that the blonde woman from the second Captain America movie isn't a quote-unquote good person like you'd initially believe at the beginning of the show. You think that she was, a good guy. Because she's not. Wannabe Captain America's colleague gets killed off. As a side note, Falcon had help from a soldier friend, and Julia Dreyfus helps wannabe Captain America continue fighting after his shield is taken from him. There's a part of the story where Falcon and Winter Soldier have to team up with the person who mind controlled the Winter Soldier, basically made him into the killer Winter Soldier. And it's kind of a interesting thing, the dynamic to see between the Winter Soldier and the villain who controlled him. I thought it was interesting. And he is taken off to Wakanda to pay for his crimes at the end of the show. Next up is WandaVision. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. It's post-Infinity War. Wanda, is bummed because she's lost Vision. And with her abilities, she is able to turn a town into her town. She's able to have kids, bring back Vision, her brother in a way, but I don't think she really brought him back in any real way. Now the witch, there's a witch villain in the story. She's pretty powerful. Almost more powerful than Wanda. Nah, not really. Nah. But she does put up a good fight. And Wanda, having created her family, unfortunately has to say goodbye to him. Because it's just how the story kind of goes, where she can't really stay there and control the town because it's not right. But by doing that, she has to let go. And by letting go, she has to say goodbye to the kids, Vision, and the sort of brother character, who's played by, I believe his name's Evan Peters. At the end, Wanda has to say goodbye to her created family. And we end up back at the beginning, and that is here. And that, for me, sums up WandaVision. Really. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a good homage to classic shows like 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Those shows. It paid homage to. And they did a really good job. Very enjoyable. Alright, I wanted to talk to you about the watch order of what I've gone. I wrote on cards what where the placement of the films are. Like if you're going to do like a rewatch of all the Avengers movies and all the superhero movies, where they'd be placed in the lineup, basically. Post Infinity War would have to be WandaVision. That is post the Infinity War movie. Post Endgame movie is Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because it deals with the aftermath of Steve Rogers' legacy and stuff like that, and him passing the shield on in Endgame, at the very end. So it's post Endgame movie. Now, the Black Widow movie, taking place in 2016, the main element of the story, I'd have to say that this would be slightly before Infinity War, because there's an element of the story where Scarlett Johansson is about to dye her hair, and she has her hair dyed for the first Infinity War movie, and by then, I think that's where it goes to after the Black Widow movie is the Infinity War movie. I'm just double checking here. Just make sure that I'm page. Yeah. So her hair died for the Infinity War movie. So, in placement of it, she'd have to be. This Black Widow movie takes place is like the movie before watching Infinity War, if you're gonna check out that. So yeah, that's the lineup. I thought I'd mention it because I forgot to mention it in the video, and I noticed that, and I'm just adding it in now with audio. So yeah. I hope you all enjoyed this. I was trying to film this while I all had it fresh in my mind. I no doubt probably missed some stuff, but for the most part I tried to cover what I could. Hope you all enjoyed and have a great day. Please hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this or skits. Have a good one. Oh geez. Oh.